Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and in just a minute we'll be looking at some 25 hands I played on Coin Poker yesterday. Um, Before we start, just very quick spam because I'm going to try and keep these videos short this week and do more of them. If you like the look of this site after watching this video, please get in touch. I can set you up with an affiliate link, which means at the end of the month you'll get an extra 10% payback from me, an extra 10%. So if you sign up through my link, you get 30% rate back as standard, paid weekly via the site, and you'll get an extra 10% monthly sent to you P2P by me or by the affiliate I'm working with. So for an extra 10% rate back, get in touch, and we can give you the link and support you through the deposit process, etc., and get you playing. Right, this is 25 from a session played yesterday. We're going to try and get through the hands quite quickly, so each video's got at least 3 hands in. We're going to try and make each video um, around the 15-minute mark and just produce more videos. So like more videos coming out, less time in each video, but hopefully over the course of the week, at least the same amount of content that I normally put out. Just want to try and get more views on it, try and build the channel up a little bit, produce more content, get more views, not have so much time when I'm spending maybe doing 2 videos a week of like 90 minutes worth of content, but then maybe only 1/3 of that is getting consumed because no one ever watches a full fucking video. Anyways, we're not going to waste too much time with all that stuff. We're going to move on to this first hand in the top left corner with 2 kings. Our opponent opens to 3x. We're looking at table 1 here in the top left. We're going to 3-bet to 9x. You know, 4-bets to 28.8 big blinds. This is just so rarely going to be a bluff, you would imagine. I didn't know an awful lot about this player. I have seen him around. He's not completely unknown to me. But yesterday, he was very noticeable. I think there's going to be more than one pot in the next video or two played against him. But this was like the first one, literally one of the first times of the session. This is, as you can see, no, you can't see actually. It's off the caption. It's only 5 minutes into my session. Nothing had really happened yet. And he's 4-bet, and he's 4-bet from under the gun. So it's a pretty fucking scary 4-bet to face with 2 kings. I mean, I think all in is just probably the best play here. But then his calling range is just going to be so fucking narrow. It's just going to be like aces, kings. You know, maybe like ace, king. Maybe ace, king just folds sometimes. I just don't think we get it in too brilliant in this situation. And I think 5-betting, if he just got any like 4-bets whatsoever, by like 4-bets, I mean pocket jacks, maybe pocket queens, maybe once in a fucking million years, an ace-4 or an ace-5 suited. I think we make all of them fold. So I decided to just call here and just risk seeing a flop that I wouldn't like. Just to keep whatever slightly worse, you know, the very few, and there are very few. I mean, do I think pocket jacks 4-bets here at high frequency? No. Do I think pocket queens 4-bets here at high frequency? No, but it does at some frequency. Obviously, the obvious 4-bet that would head up is ace king, but we've got significant blockers to that. You know, he's only got half the combinations of ace king that he would normally have. He just half the combination. Sorry, here there's only one combination of pocket kings left. So this is going to be like pocket aces a lot, and then stuff is going to fold. So I elected to go with a little trippy trappy slow play, which I know quite a lot of you people will not fucking like, and I don't blame you because it's not something that many people would do or feel comfortable with. Get on with it, Reg. We get the 5 jack flop. Very good flop in a 4-bet pot. I mean, if he's got aces, we're fucked anyway. We were going broke no matter when we got the money in. But otherwise, you'd imagine that's a very good flop for us. I'm here now deciding whether to go all in or whether to call, I guess. I do continue with the slow play. You know, in for a penny, in for a pound. He checks. Now we just know we've got the best hand, and now we just go all in, I guess. But what's going to call at this point? I think the problem. Like, well, it's not a problem. We just go all in and let him decide what he's going to call with. But I think he's four bet pre, C bet, then check here. I mean, yeah, there's not going to be many hands he can call with, but we just go. We have to go all in. He's in the tank. We're like, oh, we're not getting the call. Then we do get the call, and he has two queens, and happy days. Now, I think my question for this, other than the fact, like I think it's interesting having the video because we played it in a non-standard way. Is it? Do we think we would have got all the money had we just jammed pre? My contention, one of my reasons for calling pre was to keep hands like this in because I think they would sometimes fall to an all in. Now, who knows? None of us know. It's just pure speculation either way. But I actually think maybe our call one is the maximum there pre because maybe at least some of the time he folds queens pre to the all in. So how often do we think he folds queens pre if we jam versus how often when we call and an ace comes and we end up like losing the paw or what have you for the time he's got ace king. How often do we what's a trade-off basically? Slow playing the king's pre here has won as a max against queens in my opinion. And how often do we get extra money from queens versus how often do we lose the pot when an ace comes? I don't know, and I can't be asked working it out. But yeah, I think it's. I was happy with the outcome. Let's put it that way. So here now, same table with our friend again. He's got the king. We've got the king queen suited this time. We're going to be 3-betting again, I would imagine. Don't remember this hand quite as well as I remember the kings for obvious reasons. Flattening kings, flattening 4-bet pre with kings is going to be quite memorable. This is just a lot more standard, it seems. So our friend 4-bets again to the same size, so he's consistent with that at least. Last time before he had queens, so we didn't really learn very much from that. I hadn't noticed him 4-bet anybody else so far. We're now 15 minutes into the session, but it's 25 and L, and it's not very aggressive pre-flop, so he probably hasn't faced very many 3-bets. I mean, looking at this top left table, I think there's probably only me who would be an active 3-better on there. So, yeah, who knows again. King, queen suited, kind of old me would just fold it without question to a 4-bet in these situations. I looked at this afterwards, and I think this is mostly going to be defended in some way, but it's the sizes are all a bit out because he's 3x, so we've 9x, so he's now gone 29x. Normally, looking at the stuff I used to study, it's like 2.5x up to 7.5x up to 24x. So we've been asked to put an extra 5 blinds in pre-flop to defend our hand. So I'm not sure how much difference that makes, if any. I wonder if it's just kind of the same thing. 3x the open, he's got done just over 3x 3-bet 3x 4 out of position, like if you go 2.5x 7.5x 24x, then that's more than the 3x, so theoretically we're getting a better price pre-flop, which is costing us more money, but this is defended quite often apparently. I'm obviously clearly going to defend it, otherwise we wouldn't be looking at it. Come on, Reggie, get on with it, lad. Ah, right, okay, we flopped top 2. Boring. Next hand. So he checks, which given what we know about him on the last time, he 4-bet queens and then c-bet them on Jack, Jack X. Now he's checking. So I think we have to presume his range is going to not have massively improved by this because he c-bet for value last time. Imagine if he had aces here, he would continue betting. If he had ace king, he would continue betting. We block sets heavily. It's unlikely he has pocket sevens, 4-bet pot. So my guess here is he probably just has a hand like, who knows what, jacks, tens maybe, depending on how wide he's 4-betting. Who knows? But I think like when we flop top 2 here and he checks, we probably have the best hand close to always, unless he's slow playing a very, very unlikely set of kings, queens, or aces, overpair with aces. So what size do we go? I guess that's the only question here. To 4-bet pot, we have an SPR of not even 1.5, so I guess it's just small. Very unlikely he has flush draws. If he does, then never mind. We'll give him a good price with his flush draws. We're giving him a better price if he has ace jack and he has a good shot. But I think small's the way to go here. Very small, as in 20% pot small, maybe even less. I just had to go 33% pot, which I think is a bit big. Feels a bit big, to be honest with you. I think I prefer to assume myself go smaller there. Like something like 12, maybe 12, 13 at the most. Too big, Reggie, you think? And he folds. So now we're down on table 3 now, bottom left corner. Same opponent. This time we are pocket 10. So remember this hand, it's going to be a very quick one. But it's just, again, it's the same opponent, so we're just continuing the narrative against this guy. He opens from the cutoff to 3x. We 12x from the small blind with pocket 10s. And this time he goes all in, which he hasn't done, but it is the third time he's 4-bet us now. We are 29 minutes into the session now. It's the third time he's 4-bet us. At this point, I was starting to think maybe his 4-bets aren't just aces and ace king. Maybe he's got some other stuff in there. Maybe who knows? Maybe, he was 30 minutes into the session. It's a long time to be tilted. It's a very long time to be tilted. So I doubt this guy's tilted. I guess he's either changing his strategy, because I haven't noticed him doing this before. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention very well. Maybe he's been doing it to other people and not me. I don't know. But it's the third time he's 4-bet. But this time it's all in. So this is just ace king all day, every day, and twice on a Sunday. I guess we just call and run off to the races. Only this time it's not ace king, it's pocket 5s. So this guy is fruity. We love to see it. We drag another one down. So that's like we've actually won 3 4-bet pots in a row, which seems to happen on coin poker. Obviously, doesn't seem to happen very often on speed poker, does it? How often do you play pots on speed poker where you get 4-bet 3 times? None of those times you have aces, and you win every pot. So yeah, maybe regular tables better than speed poker. Who would have thought it? Whisper it quietly, because there's a lot of speed poker devotees out there. And this isn't me saying come and play on coin poker. It's soft or whatever you. It's me saying whenever you play your poker, maybe think about playing regular tables, because they're less aids than speed poker is. Right, we've got time for one more hand, I think. So we're down on table 4 on this one in the bottom right-hand corner. This is just 33 minutes into the session. We have a regular, who I think is quite good actually, Sick Hero. He's opened the cutoff 4-handed to 3 big blinds. We have the Jack Queen suited on the button. And I guess we're going to 3-bet. We do 3-bet. This time we just get called and we flop ourselves top two pairs. An opponent checks to us, and that's just like, what size do we want to make our C bet here? I guess on this board section we want to make it quite big. It's not a board I typically love C betting in a 3-bet pot, but given we like block jacks and queens, which he can have in this line, he doesn't necessarily have to 4-bet jacks or queens. It's much less likely we're up against a set. Does he have king 10? Maybe he has like 4 combinations of king 10 suited. He has like however many combinations of pocket nines, 6 combinations of pocket nines, I guess, is it something like that? So there are some ways we beat here, but we've got top 2 pair in a 3-bet pot, and I guess we're just going to bet, and that's just a matter of sizing. And I wasn't sure too much about sizing here because we do block, like block the board pretty hard in terms of like decent hands he can continue with. I mean, I guess he can have stuff like ace jack, ace queen. We block them a little bit, but there's some combinations of those left. Quite a few if he's got the offsuit varieties. Ace jack, we don't get that much value from. Ace queen, we probably get quite a lot of value from. Some flush draws, I guess he can have. So yeah, I think we probably. I don't think it's a place for a small bet because I don't think we're going to get like too much action. But when he does have a hand that can continue, they're probably going to continue for like larger sizes. So that seems to go quite big here, like 2/3 pot or higher. Let's see what Reggie did in the moment. We go even bigger than 2/3. I'm on board with that. Our opponent calls. We get a pretty shitty turn with a spade. So it's definitely some of his hands have improved. He's checked to us. We've now got an SPR of, I don't know, 0.9, 0.8, something like that. This is tricky now for me. If we bet, we're kind of committed, but when he shoves, he's probably just got flushes all the time. If we check back, then we're allowing his, I don't know, naked ace of spades. If he's got ace jack with a spade, ace queen with a spade, if he's got, I don't know, king queen with a spade, king queen off, very unlikely, I guess. Maybe you could have something like king jack of spades, maybe, that didn't check raise the flop. So I'm less happy about this. So what would I like to see myself do? I don't remember this hand. I don't hate checking back. I don't hate betting and maybe folding. If we bet here and he jams, does he ever have worse? Maybe he has like the naked ace of spades that might bet jam versus a small bet. Ugh. Ugly. Ugly. Oh. Ugh. I think it's just bet, isn't it? I think bet like 25 and cry if he jams, I guess. Well, let's see what I did at the moment. We did check back. I don't hate that. I don't hate it. He checks again. Now we have to go and seek some value. He leads flushes on the river like all the time, you would imagine. He leads. He just leads. Anything that's got us beat, I imagine he leads this river. Maybe pocket nines is one of the only hands that doesn't lead. Maybe even that blocks. Or maybe even bets big. Yeah, we just have a bet here now, and I think we can bet pretty big-ish, pretty comfortably, and just seek value from his 1-pair holdings, like ace queen, king queen, stuff like that. Let's see what size I decide to go with. Looks like I'm sizing up to 2/3 pot. He calls. We win, and we never get to see what they have on this site if they call and lose, which is entirely fine. I don't mind that in the slightest. It's a bit annoying because it's nice to see what people called you with, but we don't get to see what you called with there. But we won the pot, and that's nice. So I think we've won every pot in this video. It doesn't always work out that way, does it? But look at this. We're like 34 minutes into the session, and we already have 290 big blind stack. a 155 big blind stack and 197 big blind stack. So yeah, it was a pretty nice 34 minutes of poker. There's 4 more hands to review from this session. They're going to be coming out in tomorrow's video, but we'll leave that here for today. 20 minutes, I can live with that. 15 was my target, but I can live with 22. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Come back, there'll be another video out tomorrow because I'm about to record that now, and that will come out tomorrow. And if you would like to get into these games, as I said at the start, please do get in touch. Either email me, comment beneath the YouTube video. If you're in the Facebook group, message me on there, and we can get you into these games relatively quickly and get you playing, and you'll get an extra 10% rate back from me, paid monthly. But for now, we're going to leave it there. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll be back in tomorrow with another video. Bye bye for now.